Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Lord of All. Invincibility starts from the Empress. Chapter 61. Naturally, a storm hammer cannot cause fatal damage to it, but the storm hammer has a stun effect. I saw the ghost Leviathan paused and his speed dropped significantly. This is not over yet. Thunder projection. 12 thunder and lightning dragons followed closely behind. 12 terrifying holes instantly exploded in the ghost Leviathan's abdomen. Hiss. The ghost Leviathan screamed in pain, and its speed dropped again. Stable. Zhang Chen let out a breath. The Empress blocks it and prepares to strike with the Sky Blade. Yunying. The Empress has already activated the Cloud Shadow skill. The Cloud Shadow, coupled with the passive effect of Luyunju, doubled the Empress speed, and successfully blocked the path of the ghost Leviathan 50 meters away from the deep sea barrier. Facing the Empress, Leviathan showed disdain in his eyes, as if he was mocking the Empress for using her arms as a cart. It glowed with a faint blue light and accelerated directly towards the Empress. As long as he crushes the human being in front of him, he will be like a dragon entering the sea, and no one can do anything to him at that time. The Empress' eyes were indifferent, showing no intention of dodge, as if in front of her was not a giant creature 10,000 times her size. Cloud ring. With the Empress at the center, the clouds condensed into a 10-meter-high gaseous humanoid shape, which looked like a low-end version of Fatn Shangdi. Boom! The two actually collided with each other and retreated tens of meters at the same time. The ghost Leviathan was dizzy, but the Empress became more courageous as she fought, and pointed her sword in the air. Yunjian. One after another, huge sword energy condensed out of thin air and stabbed towards the ghost Leviathan. Leviathan was finally scared. The human being in front of us is only level 12. Why does he have such terrifying fighting power? It's a pity that it suffers from multiple negative states. How can it dodge the Empress's insulting output? Puff puff. Dozens of sword energy accurately penetrated into that pale giant face. Burst. This is the terrifying thing about Yunjian. The Empress can freely control the time when the sword energy explodes. Boom, boom, boom. The head of the ghost Leviathan was instantly shattered. Its body was twisted crazily, but it was to no avail. In the end, the huge lifeless corpse fell to the ground like a meteorite, causing the territory hundreds of meters away to tremble. Slow to say, but in fact, only a few seconds passed from the time the Empress intercepted it to the time it killed the ghost Leviathan. Yan looked at his heavenly blade that was about to take shape and said helplessly, "What should I do with my Sky Blade Strike? Of all the heroes and soldiers under Zhang Chen's command, Sky Blade Strike is the most powerful skill, bar none. The disadvantage is that the forward shaking time is longer." The Empress smiled and pursed her lips. "Don't waste it, there are 2 Neptune snakes over there." Yan Yi thought it right and immediately mobilized the Sky Blade to find the right direction and strike hard. See. The 50-meter-long Sky Blade easily cut 2 level 20 Sea King snakes into 2 pieces. Long Ju was startled by the huge sword that was slashed close to his nose. "New here, you almost cut me. Your heroic Empress kills the ghost Leviathan legend and you gain energy 2,150,000, spiritual stone 280,000, dark dock legend advanced spiritual power book 1. Your hero Yan kills the Sea King snake epic you get. Architectural drawings, or legendary drawings." Zhang Chen was overjoyed at the reminder from heaven. But when Zhang Chen saw the description of the drawing clearly, he felt a little regretful. It turns out to be a dock drawing. The best is definitely the best. Regardless of the main world or the battlefield of all races, there is no doubt about the abundance of resources in the ocean. If he were to rely on him to strengthen it, this blueprint would probably consume tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of spiritual stones. But now the town has not even begun to break through the territory, and the environment of the county is still unknown. This drawing can only be stored in the warehouse first. Next is the attribute book, which I will undoubtedly use myself. A burst of light flashed, and Zhang Chen's spiritual power surged by 100 points again. Feeling the surge of spiritual power in his body, Zhang Chen sighed. My current attributes in naked clothing have already exceeded those of outstanding soldiers of the same level. Boom! Zuixian Tower was shaken. It seems like something fell on the roof. Zhang Chen quickly looked out the window. I just happened to see a manta ray desperately fanning its wings, but even this could only slow down the descent. In the end, I couldn't escape the fate of being stabbed to death by Cynthia. After losing the blessing of the deep-sea realm, all the deep-sea people lost the ability to fly in the sky. There was a rain of seafood in the territory. At this time, the figure of the Empress Kazuhiko fell on the terrace. The Empress suggested, "With so much seafood, why don't we raise it first? After all, it won't be fresh if it's dead." Zhang Chen. Yan rarely agreed. "I once went on a business trip to a civilization called Earth, and many seafood restaurants there did the same thing." Zhang Chen looked startled when he heard the long-lost name Earth. However, he quickly adjusted his mood and asked the Empress curiously, "How about it? Do you feel comfortable using your equipment to torture people?" The Empress' face turned red, but she still said, "It feels so good, it feels so good." She remembered that not long ago, she objected to Zhang Chen's use of outside help to help Tianyan's disciples get promoted. "But when I put on the legendary equipment today, I realized how delicious it is." 5 minutes later, all invading enemies were wiped out. The Battle of Tiandao was settled, and Zhang Chen was still victorious. Of course, when it comes to getting along with monsters, such a small reward at the end of the campaign can be ignored. And maybe the Ghost Leviathan exploded the legendary blueprint, and the 2 epic Sea King snakes only exploded one piece of epic equipment. Open black lens bracket. Neptune's boots. Close black lens bracket. Level 20. Rugged 120. Attributes: Physique plus 30, Spiritual Power plus 25, Soul plus 28, Carrying minus 15. Skills: Treading on water without leaving a trace like a fish in water. Sea King. Boots. After repeating the name of the equipment and looking at the warblers and swallows all over the territory, Zhang Chen was confused. Could it be that heaven is hinting at something to me? Zhang Chen shook his head to expel the strange thoughts in his mind, and then said, "One-click extraction. You gain energy 3224,200. Close black lens bracket. You get spiritual stones 485200. Close black lens bracket. You get a treasure chest. Excellent. Get 3.2 million energy again." As for the various seafood, it took more than an hour to clean up. For this reason, Zhang Chen once again strengthened the 2 legendary recruitment orders and recruited Nong San and Nong Si. From rare to legendary, seafood of all qualities fills the warehouse. This instantly increases the loyalty of the epic chef of Zaishanlu to 95 points. Finally done. Zhang Chen opened the regional channel and scrolled up. It was found that the number of 3 lords reached 33. There's still plenty of time. Next, it means repairing buildings and upgrading troops. After a quick calculation, Zhang Chen started a comprehensive troop upgrade. Consumption of 700,000 energy, all goddess warriors have been upgraded to level 10. Using 1.04 million energy, Judian Shengji all rose to level 10. Consumption of 1.1 million energy, all remaining 8 dragons have been upgraded to level 10. After spending 720,000 energy, all Tianyan disciples have been upgraded to level 6. The energy is depleted again. Dinner time. The epic chef of Zaishanlu tried his best to make a delicacy that is famous even in the second world, Nezha Naohai. While everyone was feasting, the attributes skyrocketed again by a few points to dozens of points. What follows is waiting. 9 p.m. 3 number of lords, 79. The lords in the regional channel seemed to be relieved at the same time. It seems that the battle to break the realm will begin tomorrow. It's okay, the battle to break the realm lasts for several hours. Even if the troops don't rest, I have to rest. Holy crap, tomorrow will be the day when the Blue Star channel opens again. Just after finishing the domain-breaking war, you can go back to Blue Star to have some fun. 11:42 p.m. The announcement from heaven finally came belatedly. Announcement: the number of 3 lords in the town has reached 100, and the battle to break the territory will begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Close black lens bracket. The lords participating in the battle to break the realm are Zhang Chen and Chusha Ying Yinman. Please be prepared. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen yawned. Then an all-member notice was sent through the lord's heart. Everyone recharge their batteries tonight. The real battle will start at 9 o'clock tomorrow. He not only wants to win the mayor's position. We should also take advantage of this opportunity to unleash a wave of energy. It would be even better if I could kill a few legendary bosses. The next morning, all 3 lords selected for the battle to break the realm are ready to go. The entire 10,086 novice town seemed to be filled with a solemn atmosphere. 9 o'clock sharp. Announcement. The Battle of Territory Breaking begins. Close black lens bracket. Instantly, hundreds of golden light beams rose into the sky, reaching into the sky and the earth. This was a vision of the territory being teleported. After the light beam dissipated, hundreds of lords and their territories disappeared from the town map. You have arrived at Canyon 88, the Riftwind Mountains on the border of the town. Close black lens bracket. You have entered the battlefield channel. Close black lens bracket. In 10 minutes, the first wave of aliens will arrive on the battlefield. Close black lens bracket. If one of the following situations occurs, your battle to break the realm will be terminated. Close black lens bracket. 1. The Lord dies or the Lord's mansion is destroyed. Close black lens bracket. 2. More than 100 foreigners have crossed your territory. Close black lens bracket. 3. Exit voluntarily. Need to destroy the currently invading alien race. The battlefield is in the real world. After the battle of territory breaking, casualties of hero units and damage to buildings will not be restored. Close black lens bracket. The golden light dispersed. Zhang Chen has appeared in a canyon. The canyon is nearly 200 meters wide and is just blocked by Zhang Chen's territory. It is tightly closed and there are towering rock walls on both sides. Canyon 88 is a good sign. Zhang Chen climbed up the city wall and looked around. As far as the eye could see, the fog of war rolled in. Fortunately, Zhang Chen owns a lighthouse, and the field of vision reaches 1,300 meters, so he has enough time to prepare. After spending a few minutes to understand the terrain he was on, Zhang Chen ordered. Empress, organize the disciples of Tianyan Pavilion to set up defenses in sections. Lord, don't worry, the Empress said sternly. Lord, please go to a safe area. Zhang Chen nodded, and then opened the battlefield channel. There are only 100 people in the battlefield channel. Holy crap, I'm canyon number 1. The higher the number, the stronger the enemy, right? Brother, you think too much, it's all random. In order to level up to level 3, I suffered heavy losses when taking down the crystal mine. This battle depends on the big guys. Wei Ming, holy crap, are you getting vaccinated? No matter what happens, you have to survive the first 5 waves. The first few waves are all for free. Brother Wei, what you said is that whoever has the strength doesn't want to fight a few more times. Seeing this, Zhang Chen couldn't help but shook his head. But the reason why selflessness is so valuable is precisely because selfishness is human nature. Nothing surprising either. Mu Qingxuang suddenly said, everyone, get ready to fight. In 1 minute, the first wave of monsters will attack. Alien attack countdown. 0 hours 0 minutes and 58 seconds. Zhang Chen said to Angel Yan. Yan, why don't you go back to Zuixian Tower with me and sit down first? Yan nodded. Soon, Zhang Chen took Yan and Zadian back to the Tianzi private room in Zuixian building and moved a chair on the terrace. It is safe and comfortable here, and has a panoramic view of the battlefield. It is the best position for a commander. Just as I sat down, the fog of war rolled in the distance. Immediately afterwards, dozens of monsters burst out of the fog and rushed toward the territory. Little Devil, the most common low-level soldier in the abyss. Zhang Chen immediately recognized the monster. Open black lens bracket. Little Devil. Close black lens bracket. Race, Demon race. Level, 7. Quality, Ordinary. Combat power, 22. Skills, Fangs and Claws. The Little Devil was completely dark, about 1.5 meters long, and had a bloody mouth that was slit to the side of his ear. He looked somewhat like a ghoul from the undead tribe. After hundreds of little demons, there were 10 demons about 2 meters tall and slender. Their arms were spread out, crimson flames surrounding their fingertips. Flame gel. Zhang Chen showed a satisfied look. This time the enemy is not bad. Although the devil is very powerful, he is also simple-minded and does not have as many tricks as the devil. Open black lens bracket. Gel Demon. Close black lens bracket. Race, Demon race. Level, 8. Quality, Elite. Combat power, 30. Skill, Fireball, Sudden. Zhang Chen sensed Yan's abnormality and said calmly. Yan, relax, there are only a few hundred low-level demons in front of you, so there is no need for you to take action. Angel Yan let go of the hilt of his sword and said apologetically, I'm sorry, Lord, this was my instinctive reaction. I understand, Zhang Chen said with a smile, you have been baptized by Queen Kessa's Order of Justice for thousands of years. It is not surprising to see evil creatures react this way. Yan looked shocked and said, Lord, do you also know about Queen Kesha? Zhang Chen used the same method he used to deal with the Empress and turned on the quarrel mode. Holy Kesha has spent her life fighting to break monopolies and kill evil gods. Naturally, I have heard about it. Tip. Because of your recognition of Holy Kesha, Yan's favorability is +5, and the current favorability is 90 points. Close black lens bracket. But when he heard Zhang Chen say this, Yan stopped talking. Zhang Chen seemed to have seen through everything. You want to know if Kesha can be resurrected? Angel Yan immediately said, Lord, please show me. Zhang Chen didn't look back and said softly, Holy Kesha is immortal. In this world, there are countless unknown universes like the battlefield of 10,000 races. Maybe there is someone who can help her rebuild her body as soon as possible. Angel Yan thought for a while and said seriously, I understand, thank you Lord for your guidance. Tip. Yan's favorability is +5, and his current favorability is 95 points. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen sighed secretly in his heart. As long as you understand. Anyway, I don't understand anything. It seems that if you want to quickly increase your favorability, you have to use extraordinary means and prescribe the right medicine. Now, hundreds of low-level demons have approached within 300 meters of the territory. Just reached the range of the Tower of Wrath. Burning Heaven's Wrath. 10 dark red fireballs with a diameter of 2 meters roared down and fell into the area where the little devils were densest. Boom, boom. 10 small mushroom clouds rose, and most of the demons turned into ashes. A battle report instantly appeared in the battle log in the lower left corner. Your Tower of Wrath kills the little devil, normal, gains energy 11, and battlefield points 1. Close black lens bracket. Your Tower of Wrath kills the Gerald demon, elite, and gains energy 120, battlefield points 2, and war drum 1. Open black lens bracket. Your, close black lens bracket. Immediately afterwards, there is a normal fireball attack. The Tower of Wrath is the most cost-effective defensive building. Zhang Chen built 6 Towers of Wrath again last night, making up 10 towers, and all of them were upgraded to level 3. Under the indiscriminate bombardment of 10 Towers of Wrath, hundreds of low-level demons were bombarded to pieces before they could enter within 100 meters of the city wall. The Tianyan disciples on the city wall looked at each other. This is too simple. Although the Empress was speechless, she still shouted, the monsters will become stronger and stronger, so everyone must not take it lightly. Yes, the momentum is like a rainbow, resounding throughout the canyon. You successfully resisted the first wave of attacks, and the second wave of attacks will arrive in 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket. These 10 minutes are time for the lords to cultivate. But Zhang Chen didn't need it. He calmly took out the prop he had just exploded. War drum. After use, the next wave of alien attack time will be shortened by 5 minutes. Beat the war drum and declare war on the alien race. This thing is not valuable. 5 of them were exploded in just one battle. They are special props for the battlefield. Use 2 war drums. Dong dong dong. Dong dong dong. After 2 drums, the enemy seemed to be enraged, and hundreds of little demons mixed with the Gerald demons broke through the fog again. In the second wave of attacks, not only did the number of demons increase by about 20%, but the average level also increased by 1 to 2 levels. At the same time, announcements also appeared on the battlefield channel. Announcement: Lord Zhang Chen successfully resisted the first wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. As Wei Ming just said, the first few waves of alien races were giving points. The lords who can win the qualification for the realm-breaking battle only have 1 or 2 teams of elite troops, so it's relatively easy for now. As soon as the announcement came out, it immediately caused a commotion on the battlefield channel. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Oh, Master Zhang Chen does everything quickly, and my little sister likes it. Girl upstairs, don't talk too harshly. Are you crazy? Master Zhang Chen has finished it before I even started. The foreign race is still 100 meters away from my territory. Wei Ming first made a tearful expression, and then said, 100 meters is a good distance. The monster snapping turtles I faced just crawled out of the fog. After being amazed, everyone began to speculate on how Zhang Chen did it. Perhaps it's a defensive building. Don't forget the continuous arrow tower that Li Much encountered when he was attacking Master Zhang Chen. Li Much, ahem, let this matter pass. Besides, how can the Lianzhu arrow tower have such a high monster-killing efficiency? Could it be that the self-created unit Tianyan Disciples created by Mr. Zhang Chen is a long-range unit, so it can shoot the enemy hundreds of meters away? Tushan Yueyu. I guess brother Zhang Chen went directly out of the city and blocked the aliens in the fog. Zhang Chen, how do I feel? You are not praising me. The person involved appeared, and the lords praised him again. Announcement. Lord Ying Yinmen successfully resisted the first wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. Wei Ming sighed with emotion. Let's not talk anymore, my snapping turtle finally crawled under the city. Are Tianyan Disciples really a long-range soldier? Ying Yinmen frowned while instructing the farmers to repair the city wall. Your Highness, don't worry, Meng Tian smiled. The selection of the mayor is based on who has more points, not speed. Ying Yinmen nodded, and then said energetically, then let him take the lead first. Before she could say anything, another announcement came from the battlefield channel. Announcement. Lord Zhang Chen successfully resisted the second wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. This guy actually used a war drum. Ying Yinmen's eyes widened. This is too crazy. Did he know that he was outmatched, so he broke the pot and gave up fighting for the mayor's position with me? Meng Tian thought for a while. If your highness wants to use the war drum, the first few waves of monsters will not have much impact. Ying Yinmen immediately shook his head and said, no rush, let's build the city wall first. I won't fight for such a meaningless reputation. Meng Tian and Bai Kong looked at each other and saw the relief in each other's eyes. Although his highness sometimes has a temper, but at a critical moment like the battle for mayor, he is still very calm. Don't worry, I'm measured. Zhang Chen closed Tushan Yueyu's chat box, his face full of helplessness. After easily killing the second wave of attacking demons, and Chusha, Little Fox, and even Mu Qingxuang all sent messages. The meaning is nothing more than to tactfully persuade Zhang Chen to be more steady. Even in the battlefield channel, the message, please ask Zhang Chen to be more stable, has become a continuous line. Zhang Chen knew that his performance was a bit eye-catching. Generally speaking, even if the previous wave of monsters didn't cause any damage, the Lord would rest for a while. After all, the troops would be mentally and physically exhausted, and the city wall might be damaged. But the problem is, the Tower of Wrath doesn't need a rest either. Without hesitation, Zhang Chen continued. Use the war drum. Dong dong dong, dong dong dong. The third wave of demon monsters appeared, and the minimum level has been raised to level 10. Boom, boom, boom. The output of the Tower of Wrath is already overflowing. So this wave of demons turned into ashes while they were still 100 meters away from the territory. Announcement. Lord Zhang Chen successfully resisted the third wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. Go on, use the war drum. Announcement. Lord Zhang Chen. Half an hour later, Zhang Chen easily destroyed the 10th wave of demons with the help of the Tower of Wrath of Heaven, and the territorial soldiers watched the excitement for half an hour. His points have also reached 20,000, which is far above the average. In the battlefield channel, all the lords were dumbfounded. Brothers, Zhang Chen will attack in 11 waves soon. Remember our high school record is only 13 waves. Don't big armies need a rest? Confirmed, Tianyan Disciples are definitely long-range soldiers. The construction resources required for defense towers such as the Tower of Wrath are simply not something that small towns can produce, so no one would even think about it. Wei Ming, the gap between me and Boss Zhang is really huge. The 10th wave of aliens will probably be level 20. Mu Qingxuang, I'm afraid I won't be able to survive the 10th wave, so I can only do my best. Suddenly someone said, oops, although the long-range troops are very lethal, if they are attacked by alien monsters later. The other lords were also shocked. If Zhang Chen pulls the strings, then they will lose a big boss who can handle everything. Just then a lord said, "Everyone, brothers, I really can't hold it any longer, so retreat first." Wei Ming, "Oh, you just resisted 3 waves, right? Isn't this a big deal?" Huang Zan, 3 waves of monsters are only 2,000 points. If you retreat, others will have to help you carry 8,000 points. Uoriu, we suffered heavy losses yesterday in order to capture the crystal mine. The 3rd wave of monsters survived. If there is another wave, my brothers will be responsible for it. As he spoke, the Lord sent a few photos. Sure enough, all the militiamen in his territory were dead, and half of the city wall collapsed. Although everyone is angry, they can't let people die. Wei Ming, Boss Zhang Chen is a long-range soldier. If there are a few more waves, he will definitely be approached. I'm afraid I won't be able to withstand a few more waves. So we need brothers to work together. Zhang Chen somewhat admired these guys' brainstorming abilities. Zhang Chen, don't worry, it won't be a problem for me to survive another dozen waves, but brothers, you have to work hard. After all, the monsters, energy and items will be harvested a lot. Ying Yinmin complained, "Isn't a dozen waves a problem? Why don't you fly into the sky and be side by side with the sun?" While talking, Zhang Chen sighed. Also ushered in the 11th wave of demons. The minimum level of this wave of little devils has reached level 22. The main thing is, among this wave of monsters, a 3-headed boss finally appeared. Open black lens bracket Hellfire, close black lens bracket. Race, Demon race. Level, 26. Quality, Rare. Combat power, 112. Skills, Hell Fist, Fire Resistance. Regardless of soldier type, hero, or wild monster, level 20 is a watershed. Take the ordinary militia as an example. Before level 20, the militia will increase its combat power by 2 points per level. From level 20 to level 30, the militia will increase its combat power by 4 points per level. The upper limit of hero and unit level for 3 territories is 20. In addition, 3 books can break through the realm and get out of the novice town, so those below level 20 are also called novice levels. The level 22 Little Devil's combat power has reached 55 stars. So this wave of attacks finally put a little pressure on Zhang Chen. With fire resistance, the 3-headed Hellfire withstood the attack of the Tower of Wrath and finally reached the territory of the city. Zhang Chen didn't want the city wall to be damaged, so he issued the order through the Lord's heart. The true inheritance of Tianyan, go to battle. Give an order. Nearly 40 famous Tianyan true successors jumped off the city wall and started fighting. Of course, it's not so much a fight as a massacre. Less than 5 minutes, all enemies, including the 3 Hellfires, were slaughtered. You successfully resisted the 11th wave of attacks, and the 12th wave of attacks will arrive in 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen also stopped using the war drum and started to fight steadily. 10 minutes later, the 12th wave of monsters came to the city. Goddess Warrior, King of the Hill, Guardian of the Storm, go to battle. The 13th wave of monsters comes to the city. Dragon, go to battle. The 14th wave of monsters comes to the city. 9 Heaven's Holy Lady, go to battle. Zhang Chen's momentum was overwhelming. Every time a wave is resisted, bursts of cheers will be heard from the battlefield channel. More than just battlefield channels. The lords who were unable to participate in the Battle of Breaking the Realm are also paying attention to the situation of Breaking the Realm in the regional channel. Wei Ming posts screenshots of battlefield points to the regional channel from time to time. Let the whole town see Zhang Chen's ferocity. Certainly. As time went by, more and more lords chose to withdraw from the battlefield. Most lords have only survived 5 or 6 waves and have not yet reached the average level. See, the Empress took action herself and easily killed a level 30 Mad War Demon. Excellent, that followed. You successfully resisted the 20th wave of attacks, and the 21st wave of attacks will arrive in 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket. A few hours. Countless demons have fallen in front of Zhang Chen's territory, and his personal points have exceeded 150,000. Based on experience, epic monsters will appear in the next wave. Zhang Chen opened the battlefield channel and first checked the total points. Points, 991,523. At this moment, there are only 19 lords left on the battlefield. And Chusha, there are less than 10,000 points left, my wave will end soon. It should be stable. With the help of epic heroes, and Chusha has reached 11 waves, and it seems that she still has some strength left. Tushin Yuayu. Yuayu is taking the last monster of the 9th wave in circles. If you wait a little longer, you can fight the 10th wave. Well, there is still a bug. Huangzan. Our town broke through the territory too quickly, and the soldier levels have not kept up, otherwise the process would not have been so difficult. Wei Ming smiled bitterly. It's not that the big guys rushed too hard, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to break through the realm so quickly. And Chusha, fortunately, we finally succeeded. Announcement. Lord and Chusha successfully resisted the 12th wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. Almost at the same time. Announcement. Lord Ying Yinmen successfully resisted the 15th wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. The points increased sharply again, instantly exceeding the million threshold. Breakthrough was successful. At the same time, golden announcements appeared simultaneously on the battlefield channel and the town area channel. The town of 10,086 successfully broke through the territory, and all the lords who participated in the territory-breaking battle had +10 attributes. Close black lens bracket. As the first novice town in Qingyang County to break the boundaries, the rewards are doubled and all attributes are +20. Close black lens bracket. Unlock the county channel. Each person can send 10 messages per day, and the town mayor has no limit. Close black lens bracket. Unlock the county portal requires the territory portal to reach level 3. At the same time, in the chat box, in addition to the small town channel and the battlefield channel, there is an additional county channel. After a moment of silence, the whole town burst into joy. First, there are 1,000 novice towns in each county, and we are the first to break the boundaries. The reward is doubled, a total of 80 attribute points, equivalent to 8 intermediate attribute books. Big brother Zhang Chen is mighty, big brother Yinmen is mighty. Ha ha ha, the Blue Star channel just happened to be opened. I want to have a good night when I return to Blue Star this time. Not only the ordinary lords, but all the second-generation lords including Ying Yinmen were beaming with joy. After all, additional attributes are one of the few things that cannot be purchased with spirit stones. Ying Yinmen suddenly said. However, Zhang Chen can survive 20 waves. His endurance is really impressive. It seems that I underestimated you before. Everyone was stunned. Only then did he realize that although the territory was broken successfully, the war was not over yet. Because the position of mayor has not been decided yet. Although boss Zhang Chen has already had 20 waves of monsters, he can win against boss Yinmen steadily. It is still unclear who will win. At this time, someone raised everyone's question. Weird, I remember that the textbook never said that the reward for the first town to break the territory would be doubled. Who knows what happened this time? The answer was revealed immediately without waiting for anyone else to answer. Another golden announcement suddenly popped up in the center of everyone's field of vision. County announcement. The 10,086 town successfully broke through and triggered the Qingyang County Town Ranking Competition. The rules are as follows. Competition content. The total points obtained in the small town breaking battle. Close black lens bracket. First place, all attributes of the mayor +50, town luck +5. Second place, the mayor's all attributes +30, the town's luck +3. Third place, all attributes of the mayor +20, town luck +2. Number 410, the mayor's all attributes +10, the town's luck +1. Settlement time. 100 small towns in Qingyang County have completed breaking out. Is this a county-wide announcement that all lords in the county can receive? Everyone is confused. An uproar ensued. We actually triggered the town ranking competition. No wonder the rewards are doubled. Although +50 for all attributes is tempting, after all, there is only one mayor. So what most people care about is small town luck. Oh my god, this is a luck value that can affect the output and quality of resources in the town. And it's 5 points at a time. Not only resources, but also the emergence of high-end outdoor buildings are closely related to the luck value. It is said that after the luck value reaches 100 points, epic outdoor buildings may appear. There are also monster resources, chances of triggering unexpected events, etc. Everyone was talking to each other, discussing the benefits of luck. But soon, someone discovered something was wrong. Yellow. Wei Ming smiled and said, "Does the result have any impact? Even if it is announced in advance, do you still have the energy to fight a few more times?" Huangzan. "That's not true. But now our heroes and units are only above level 10. Huangzan continued. "If we had known that there would be a small town ranking competition, we could have unified planning, suppressed the territory level, and waited until most of the warlords' hero arms reached level 20 before triggering the territory-breaking battle. Then get it, it's easy to earn 2 million points." I have to say that what Huangzan said makes some sense. And Chusha. "But in that case, we won't be able to get double the rewards." Mu Qingshuang. "Obviously, this qualifying event can only be triggered by the first town, and God will not give all the benefits to a small town." Huangzan was helpless. "Well, okay. Wei Ming. Okay. If we break through the territory early, we can explore the map outside the town early and expand our lead." Predictable. Many small towns will be organized by big bosses to compete in the small town rankings, as Huangzan just said. After all, it involves the luck of the town, and all the lords will give their full support. Missing out on town ranking rewards diluted the joy of getting 20 points of all attributes to a certain extent. Except Zhang Chen. For first place, the mayor can get 50 points of all attributes. There are still 5 points of small town luck. Haha, let's compare the total points of the small town's territory-breaking battle. Zhang Chen looked at the spring water drawing that he had put away. He was still debating whether to build the Fountain of Life first or wait for the legendary military building. Now, heaven has made the choice for me. It is God's will to take the blame, but in this case. But, building materials that want to strengthen the Fountain of Life are also a huge expense. Zhang Chen naturally attracted Ying Yinmen's attention. At this time, Huangzan said, "There is no hope of qualifying in the left and right towns, so I quit." Tip. Huangzan withdraws from the battlefield. Mu Qingshuang. "I also retreated. Although the gains from resisting the aliens are good, it is too painful." Tip. Mu Qingshuang withdraws from the battlefield. Tushin Yueyu. The monster Yueyu walked committed suicide. The 10th wave of monsters has started, and Yueyu is about to retreat. More than a dozen lords withdrew from the battlefield. Moment. Only Zhang Chen, Ying Yinmen, and Enchusha were left on the battlefield. They are all acquaintances, and Enchusha no longer needs to hide them. The Dwarf King's skills haven't been used yet. I feel like I can fight 2 more times. Alas, I thought that with the epic hero, I could compete with you for mayor position. Now it seems that I was so naive. Ying Yinmen. Sister Chusha, fight if you can, but you have to act within your ability. And Chusha, it's you who have to act according to your ability. Don't end up with a lose-lose situation for the sake of the position of mayor. Zhang Chen. Don't worry, it won't happen for sure. Zhang Chen can guarantee this. With his strength, who can lose both sides with him? Had a simple lunch. Zhang Chen's 21 waves of alien races began their attack. He handed over the battlefield to the Empress. Then he dialed Ying Yinmen's video. The video was connected quickly. Although Ying Yinmen was a little surprised and said, "Zhang Chen, it seems that it is not your character to come to me now." Zhang Chen was also stunned. Because he saw that besides Meng Tian, there was another middle-aged general behind Ying Yinmen. Zhang Chen already knew Ying Yinmen's identity. Naturally, it was guessed that this hero Meng Tian was probably the sister of the human sage enshrined in the Hall of Immortals, the demigod lord of immortal Qin Meng Tian. And the middle-aged general probably has a lot of background. Out of respect, Zhang Chen gently nodded to the 2 human ancestors, and then said, "Let's discuss with the boss. Can you give me an advance of 50 million for the 100 million spiritual stone gambling capital?" Advance. Ying Yinmen was stunned for a moment, then said angrily, "You think you will win if you kill 20 waves. You are so arrogant. I'm telling you, I'm just playing steadily and I don't want to compete with you in speed." "Boss, you have misunderstood. I am a reasonable person," Zhang Chen said seriously. "Think about it, if I win, will you lose 100 million spiritual stones to me?" Ying Yinmen shouted angrily, "You haven't won yet." Zhang Chen continued, "Then if I lose, I mean if. After I became your vassal lord, Did you also promise to give me a fund of 100 million spiritual stones? Ying Yinmin's eyes widened. She had already guessed what Zhang Chen was going to say. Really? Zhang Chen spread his hands and said, look, no matter whether you win or lose, you will be given. It's the same as giving first and then giving. You. Ying Yinmin was stunned by Zhang Chen's shamelessness. Sudden, his black hair was flying, and vertical pupils appeared in the depths of his eyes. Such a strange sight naturally startled Zhang Chen. But combined with Ying Yinmin's identity, he naturally thought of a legendary thing, blood. Or, the bloodline of the ancestral dragon. Meng Tian, who was standing behind Ying Yinmin, suddenly showed a look of surprise and waved his fist at Zhang Chen, signaling Zhang Chen to work harder. The middle-aged general also cupped his fists and saluted Zhang Chen, his eyes full of gratitude. Zhang Chen was confused. Don't think about it. Ying Yinmin gritted his teeth and said, even if you want to give it, you have to wait until the results come out before giving it. Finished. Ying Yinmin hung up the video directly. Didn't what I just said make sense? Zhang Chen muttered. Girl named Ying, since you are so unreasonable, I can only let you feel what despair is. After an hour. Announcement. Lord Ying Yinmin successfully resisted the 17th wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. Announcement. Lord Zhang Chen successfully launched the 23rd wave of alien invasion in the area. Close black lens bracket. Announcement. Lord Chusha successfully resisted the 14th wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. After the 21st wave, the number, level, and quality of monsters have greatly increased, and more than 20 levels of epic monsters Balrogs have appeared. But Zhang Chen's speed did not slow down at all. And Chusha, Zhang Chen, Sister Ying, the 14 waves have reached my limit. I will retreat first. You must not lose both sides. Ying Yinmin, Chu Sha, don't persuade me, persuade him. Zhang Chen, same as above. And Chusha looked helpless. The Blue Star channel has been opened. Hurry up, I'm still waiting to return to Blue Star. I wonder if Mom has gotten the high-level dwarf weapon talisman. Each time you travel to and from Blue Star, you can carry 10 grids of props in the Lord's face. For any second-generation leader, this is an opportunity to significantly increase their strength. Tip. Lord Chusha withdraws from the battlefield. Close black lens bracket. Only Zhang Chen and Ying Yinmin were left on the battlefield. The two of them said nothing. Ying Yinmin was angry with Zhang Chen. Zhang Chen was too lazy to explain. Another 2 hours passed. Announcement. Lord Zhang Chen successfully resisted the 28th wave of alien invasion. Close black lens bracket. Looking at the announcement, Ying Yinmin clenched his fists, his eyes filled with disbelief. How on earth did he do it? She had just solved the 25th wave of invasion and had caught up with some progress. But starting from the 23rd wave of invasion, his troops had to use skills. And just now, if Meng Tian hadn't used the yin and yang combined energy mudra at the critical moment, the 100 battles armor-piercing army would have suffered casualties. Meng Tian said in a deep voice, Your Highness, there are not many potions to restore spiritual power. If we try our best, we should be able to resist 3 more waves of invasion, but the soldiers may also suffer heavy casualties. As a protector, she only stated the facts and believed that Ying Yinmin would make the right choice. It would be great if the battle to break the realm starts tomorrow, so that I can return to Blue Star to pick up another batch of talismans, equipment and potions. Ying Yinmin sighed, and then suddenly said calmly, It's a pity, there is no if. Meng Tian sighed with emotion. Zhang Chen not only has the ability, but also has great opportunities. The terrifying power of the water source that I sensed through the qi-gazing technique yesterday is probably inseparable from Zhang Chen. Opportunity is also a part of strength, so this time I am convinced that I lost. Speaking of this, Ying Yinmin laughed loudly. Ha ha ha. Interesting. I thought that with my background, I would be hard-pressed to meet an opponent after entering the battlefield of all races. I didn't expect to meet such an interesting guy in a novice town. In Ying Yinmin's smile, there is 3 parts calmness, 3 parts wantonness and 3 parts arrogance. If Zhang Chen were here, he would definitely exclaim, Damn it, fan chart. General Bai Kong, please pass on my order to attack the 26th wave of monsters with all your strength. Bai Kong said respectfully, Yes, Your Highness. Soon, Meng Tian, Bai Kong, Bai Zan armor-piercing army, and Iron Eagle Ruishi poured out their skills wantonly and easily destroyed the 26th wave of aliens. Naturally, their spiritual power was exhausted and they could no longer resist the next wave of attacks. Lord Ying Yinmin will send you 110 million spiritual stones. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen was stunned for a moment, then chuckled and said, "This girl is really happy. But why are there 10 million more spiritual stones?" Ying Yinmin's video request followed. After Zhang Chen connected to the video, he didn't embarrass Ying Yinmin. The winner of the immortal Qin dynasty, the descendant of the first Empress, really sticks to his word, which is admirable. There was no trace of frustration on Ying Yinmin's face, but she smiled and said, "I'm just willing to admit defeat. There is nothing worthy of praise." Zhang Chen appreciated this even more. If it were him, he would be heartbroken to death after losing 100 million spiritual stones. Of course, maybe they are really not short of money. Ying Yinmin goes straight to the point. "I wonder where I lost." Zhang Chen finally knew why there were 10 million extra spiritual stones. It turned out to be information fee. If you don't make money, you are a bastard. Zhang Chen thought for a while, then turned on the rear camera with video function and pointed it at the sky. Is this explanation enough? Ying Yinmin looked at the 12 giant beasts flying in the sky and took a breath of air. The legendary dragon. It's enough for a small team. Zhang Chen smiled and did not explain. There are two reasons why the dragon was used to deal with Ying Yinmin. First of all, the dragon has been exposed to Anchusha and her daughter. Secondly, in his territory, the dragons were almost reduced to transport soldiers. At the same level, Angel Yan alone can kill the entire dragon squad. After the Empress wears the legendary suit, her strength is still higher than before. Judian Shengji has the Queen's control bonus, and with the Great Sumeru sword style, one person can fight 2 giant dragons. Even the Goddess Warrior, an epic level unit, has far greater potential than the dragon because of its extreme attributes. Moreover, now exposing a team of dragons with the weakest combat power would save Ying Yinmin from thinking too much. The epic treasure chest can actually produce legendary weapons. You really have great luck. Ying Yinmin understood again, and then smiled. I have a proposal. What proposal? I'll give you another 10 million spiritual stones. You don't have to be a vassal lord. As long as you call me Sister Ying from now on, how about that? Zhang Chen looked strange, judging from the news obtained from City Lord and Luoxi. This girl is in her early 18s at most, why is she so willing to be a sister? You know, Anchusha is 19 years old. Zhang Chen didn't want to interfere too much with the benefactor's hobbies, and just said apologetically. If the boss has nothing else to do, my 29th wave of alien invasion is about to begin. Ying Yinmin was stunned. I've already given up, and you want to continue. Zhang Chen said, there aren't many opportunities to gain energy like this. I'll hit a few more waves. No matter how imaginative Ren Ying Yinmin was, he could not imagine that Zhang Chen would reach the top of the small town rankings with his own strength. Then you should be careful. Legend has it that soldiers are hard to come by. If you die, I will feel sorry for you. Ying Yinmin gave a few words of persuasion, and then said with a smile. You should think about the proposal I just made. If you think about it, come to me. We can negotiate the price. Finished. Hang up the video directly. A big dog, what's the deal with 2 bad guys? Zhang Chen cursed in a low voice, and then looked at the spirit stones in his lord's account excitedly. A 9-digit spiritual stone. I have never seen so many RMBs in my previous life. Tip. Ying Yinmin exits the battlefield. Zhang Chen was the only one left on the battlefield. He glanced at the points. 1,526,320. Among them, Ying Yinmin contributed nearly 300,000 points. If this girl works hard, the 500,000 points mentioned before may be a bit exaggerated, but 400,000 points is still completely acceptable. Immediately afterwards, tip, you get the highest points in the 10,086 town-breaking battle and become the mayor of the town. Close black lens bracket. Tip, you have the following permissions from the mayor. 1 hero position +1. 2 vassal lord +1. 3 construction speed +10%. 4 resource collection speed +10%. 5. Obtain the mayor's exclusive building. Any door, you need to consume spiritual stones when using it. 6. Appointment and removal of official positions in the town. 7. Set rules for lords moving in and out within the town. Open black lens bracket. 8. Name of the town. Close black lens bracket. Although he had known about the mayor's bonus for a long time, Zhang Chen was still extremely happy. But what would be a good name for a town? Think of this. Zhang Chen sent a message on the small town channel. We are crowdfunding for the name of the town. If you have any good ideas, you can leave a comment below this sentence. At the same time, all the lords in the town also received the news of the birth of the mayor. The two bosses are so awesome. I'm afraid they have persisted for more than 25 waves for such a long time. Boss Yinmin is awesome, Boss Zhang Chen is even more awesome. Ooh, if I had known that the two big guys were so awesome, I wouldn't have fought so hard. Who is telling me that rewards cannot be mixed in the realm-breaking battle from now on? Who am I to worry about? Wei Ming, Boss Zhang, kneel down and ask for an official position. Huang Zan, a baby that can scream will be fed by milk. Brother Wei, just let it go. There are quite a few people online. Perhaps they are all waiting for the mayor to be born. 29 waves of monsters started soon. Zhang Chen ordered. For the following groups of monsters, try to delay them for as long as possible. Although she didn't know her intention, the Empress still said in a deep voice, yes. Yan volunteered. Lord, do you need me to join the battle? Hold on, Zhang Chen replied, and then took out the drawing of the spring eye. Use a cost-free enhancement opportunity. Choose the enhancement direction 7, 6, the Fountain of Life. The dazzling golden light rises, which is stronger than any previous props. Yan opened his mouth in surprise. In the territory, everyone subconsciously turned their heads and looked at Zuixian Tower, which was shrouded in golden light. The golden light dissipated, and Zhang Chen played with the Fountain of Life drawing. The construction of the Fountain of Life requires resources. Energy, 400,000. Stone of Life 2,000, which can be strengthened with ordinary stones. Each unit costs 10,000 spiritual stones. Lightning Strike Wood 1,000, can be strengthened with ordinary wood, 10,000 spirit stones per unit. Origin Gold 1,000, which can be obtained by using gold to strengthen it. Each unit costs 15,000 spirit stones. The total amount is 45 million spirit stones. For a legendary building, it is naturally very cheap. Certainly, upgrading the Fountain of Life also requires a lot of resources and energy. Before starting to strengthen resources, Zhang Chen waved his hand. Upgrade. Countless upgrade halos rose. More than 6 million energy disappeared, and more than 200 Tianyan disciples were all promoted to level 9. The energy gained from the first 28 waves of alien races was completely consumed. Being strong is important, but as the number of monsters increased, the nearly 200-meter-long defense line mainly relied on Tianyan disciples to defend it. After all, more than 100 aliens breaching the territory means defense failure. Zhang Chen was slowly racking up points. This county announcement, thanks to the opening of the Blue Star Channel, finally spread. With Qingyang County as the center, whether on the battlefield of all races or in the main world, undercurrents are quietly surging. 10,010 town. Boom. The young man wearing black armor punched out. A white fist print the size of a water tank caused the void to roar, and strange phenomena suddenly appeared. In the fist seal, you can vaguely see the mountains and rivers, and the bright moon hanging high in the sky. If a knowledgeable person were present, he would definitely recognize it at a glance. This is the secret method: mountains, rivers and bright moon, not taught by the royal family of the Ming dynasty. The level 18 elite half-orc standing in front of the young man was instantly torn apart. What a small town ranking match. 50 points of all attributes and 5 points of luck. The young man laughed softly. Haha, I didn't expect that just a few days after the district was opened, Tiandao would give me such a great gift, Zhu Yeqing. No, it's town 10,086 that we should be grateful for. Zhang Chen, who was able to break through the territory in 6 days, created his own excellent army, is indeed extraordinary, but it's a pity that he took advantage of me. Thinking of this, Zhu Yeqing immediately announced the news on the town channel. Brothers and sisters from the Dragon Kingdom, everyone should have received the county announcement. Zhu will formally introduce himself. I am a descendant of the Ming dynasty and the 28th great-great-grandson of King Yan. I would like to lead 10,010 Town to win the first place in the town ranking competition. From now on, we will be blessed with luck and soar into the sky. I wonder what Jun means. After a moment of silence, there was a burst of cheers in the small town channel. Zhu Yeqing was very satisfied. Okay, I will select 100 warlords. 10,222 Town. Discussions are going on in the regional channels. Town 10,086 is actually in the same county as us, and it has already broken through. Zhang Chen, who created the outstanding military unit, is from 10,086 Town. Kanzaki Yuichi. I have good news for everyone. His Excellency Shenpachi is back. Is there any good news? Please tell me. Kanzaki Yuichi. After the announcement of the county seat, I immediately conducted an investigation. The result is that there are now more than 500 confirmed Sakura country towns in Qingyang County. As soon as this statement came out, there was a burst of cheers. Great, this way our great Sakura Empire will have an absolute advantage in the county. Dominate Qingyang County. Ha ha ha, Town 10,086 broke through so early and has already been eliminated from the town rankings. This time our great Sakura Empire will take over the top 10 in the entire town rankings. His Majesty Kenpachi is a descendant of Empress Kamuden, and you can definitely lead us to win the first place. According to the rules of the battlefield of all races, the numbers of newbie towns in a county may be consecutive or non-consecutive. So before today, even if the lords knew their town number, they couldn't determine which county it belonged to. But it's different now. Zhang Chen completed the territory breaking, and Tiandao issued a county announcement. Anyone who receives the announcement will definitely be in Qingyang County. Blue Star, Donghai City. After hearing her mother's investigation results, and Chusha frowned and said, in other words, the Lord of Sakura Country has the advantage in the county where our town is located. And Luoxi nodded and said, the position of the novice town in the battlefield of all races will generally be normally distributed according to the position of the main world. If you're lucky, you can go directly to the hinterland of the Dragon Kingdom. If you're not lucky, it's possible even if you're surrounded by the lords of the Lighthouse Kingdom in the Western Hemisphere. My Donghai City is adjacent to Sakura Country and Nanbang Country. The location of your town is just shifted a little to the east. It's not surprising at all. In the battlefield of all races, fighting between the two lords is allowed, and will not be judged as a bloody lord. Of course, the methods cannot be too cruel. After all, countries have to maintain the fig leaf of humanitarianism. So what can be expected is that the future of Qingyang Town will definitely not be peaceful. And Chusha was confident. We have Zhang Chen and Sister Ying in our town. Now I also have epic heroes. Am I still afraid of them? Seeing that Chusha had made up her mind, and Luoxi did not force it, and just handed over a token with the word, Qian, engraved on it. And Chusha was surprised. A city relocation order. And Luoxi nodded. As far as I know, many well-informed lords in your county have already prepared the order to move the city. Of course, the dwarf palace cannot be given up easily. This city relocation order is just for emergencies. Zhang Chen finally strengthened the materials. Build the Fountain of Life. Finish at once. The Fountain of Life is upgraded to level 3. Zhang Chen raised the Fountain of Life to level 3 in one step. A total of 78 million spirit stones and 1.3 million energy were consumed. The level 3 spring of life is 10 meters in diameter, and the outer wall of the pool is surrounded by white stones of life. The spring water is light green, exuding terrifying vitality. Even within 10 meters of the surrounding area, there is a thick yun qi. Open black lens bracket Fountain of Life, close black lens bracket legend. Effect 1. Units within 10 meters of the Fountain of Life can quickly recover from injuries, replenish spiritual power, and repair souls. Effect 2. Any unit except the Lord can be resurrected through the Fountain of Life after being killed. The cost of resurrection is related to the strength of the resurrected unit, the integrity of the corpse. If there is no corpse, it will be resurrected at full price, and the level of the Fountain of Life. Level 3 Fountain of Life. Each unit can be resurrected 4 times per day. Effect 3. Without damaging the foundation of the Fountain of Life, 1 bottle of Source of Life and 10 bottles of Water of Life can be produced every day. Life Essence contains the powerful power of the origin of life. Taking it by lords can improve their qualifications, taking it by heroes and soldiers can improve their quality. No additional energy consumption required. Water of Life. After drinking, the effect is equivalent to being within the range of the fountain of life for 100 seconds. You can be resurrected 4 times a day. It's so powerful. This is only the level 3 fountain of life. Zhang Chen praised. It's not in vain that I spent a lot of spiritual stones and energy. Moreover, there is also the source of life. Zhang Chen waved his hand, and a small bottle of turquoise liquid appeared in his hand, like an imperial jade, crystal clear and dazzling. It is the source of life. Without hesitation, he opened the bottle cap and drank it in one gulp. A burst of coolness instantly flowed from the abdomen to the limbs, and soon turned into warmth. Beads of sweat instantly appeared on Zhang Chen's forehead. If you look carefully, you will find that the sweat beads contain a lot of black dirt. This is cutting off the hair and washing the marrow. Zhang Chen only felt extremely comfortable all over his body, not at all as painful as described in movies and TV shows. At this time, a prompt came from Tiandao. Tip: your qualifications have been upgraded to level C, and the compensation attributes are as follows: Physique plus 2-4, Spiritual Power plus 2-4, Soul plus 3-1, Carrying plus 2-5. If qualification is placed on heroes and soldiers, it is quality. Qualifications determine the attribute points a lord can obtain after each level up, as well as the speed at which he can practice techniques and skills. Most people's natural aptitudes are F level. Originally, Zhang Chen was probably above E level and below D level, so he was considered a top genius in Donghai number 3 middle school. Now after taking a bottle of life essence, it has directly reached C level, and the initial attributes can match the outstanding heroes. The attributes just added are just to compensate for the qualification difference in the upgraded attributes from levels 1 to 10. Open black lens bracket. Zhang Chen close black lens bracket. Level 10. Attributes: Physique 248 plus 6, Spiritual Power 188, Soul 102, Carrying 121 plus 6. Exercise: the 9th set of broadcast gymnastics. Shaocheng level F. Skills: none. Equipment: Ghost Armor. Combat Power rating 165. Zhang Chen looked at his attributes and couldn't help but sigh. It's just like a giant dragon in human form. Zhang Chen has eaten no less than 10 attribute books, unlimited high-quality food, plus the rewards from this realm-breaking battle. It's not surprising to have such terrifying attributes. Certainly, no matter how strong he was, Zhang Chen didn't plan to end the battle on his own. At this time, you successfully resisted the 32nd wave of attacks, and the 33rd wave of attacks will arrive in 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket. The territory successfully wiped out 33 waves of invading alien races. Lord, 5 more Tianyan disciples were accidentally injured. The Empress reported through the heart of the Lord, her tone a little heavy. One of them had his arm torn off by a level 28 little devil. I'm afraid he won't be able to fight anymore. It is indeed difficult for Tianyan disciples of level 9 to deal with ordinary demons of nearly level 30 when they have to save their spiritual energy. Got it. Zhang Chen nodded. Repair the city wall immediately, and then bring the injured disciples over. If there is no fountain of life, Zhang Chen could only fight 2 more waves with his skills like Yin Man did, and then withdraw from the battlefield. Unless he doesn't care about the life and death of his troops. But now it's different. Soon, the injured Tianyan disciple was brought over by the Empress. At Zhang Chen's signal, they carefully stepped into the effective range of the fountain of life. Immediately afterwards, everyone had expressions of disbelief on their faces. Oh my God, my wounds are healing. It's tickling, so comfortable. Not only the injuries, but the spiritual power I just consumed was fully restored almost instantly. I feel like all the fatigue is gone. As for the Tianyan disciple with a broken arm, when he saw a snow-white arm slowly growing from his shoulder, he was so shocked that he burst into tears of joy. She picked up the sword and waved it, and found that it didn't feel awkward at all. The Empress also looked incredulous and said in awe, Lord, you are truly unfathomable. Tip: the Empress favorability +1, currently 97. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen was extremely satisfied. There are still 3 points left before the Empress favorability reaches the full value of 100 points. Of course, it becomes more difficult to increase your favorability as you go forward. As for the Tianyan disciples who had just received treatment, their loyalty points had all reached over 95 points. Generally speaking, when a unit's loyalty reaches 90 points or above, it is rare for them to betray, unless the Lord's temperament changes drastically and he does something outrageous. With the Fountain of Life, you can finally unleash your skills to your heart's content. Everyone is in high spirits, waiting for the 33rd wave of aliens to show off their talents. Zhang Chen waved his hand. The dwarf rocketeers are upgraded, all to level 20. 4.5 million energy evaporated instantly. All 20 dwarf rocketeers have been upgraded to level 20, which is also the maximum level in the current 3 books. Soon, the 33rd wave of demons broke through the fog. The little devils around level 30 are over 2 meters tall, with thick limbs and gleaming minions, and there are thousands of them. Besides, there are also hundreds of flame gellers, dozens of hellfire and 6-armed snake demons, several mad war demons, and a level 34 Balur Balrog. With this lineup, even if Ying Yinman is in full condition, he still has to kneel down when he encounters him. Angel Yan felt itchy and asked for a fight again. Lord, please let me fight. With the support of the Fountain of Life, you don't have to worry about the consumption of my spiritual power. Why kill a chicken with a butcher's knife? Zhang Chen smiled. Dwarf Rocketeer, use overload to condense super rockets. After 30 seconds, 20 rockets, 8 meters long and 2 meters thick, soared into the sky with long spiritual tail flames. Although the demon army has never seen rockets, such thick and long guys can tell at a glance that they are not easy to mess with. They all looked frightened and wanted to dodge. It's a pity that the canyon is only so wide. Boom, boom, boom. The territory is 500 meters away. 20 mushroom clouds with a diameter of more than 10 meters rose into the sky. Even the little devil on the edge of the explosion was swept up by the terrifying air waves, hit the canyon cliff, and turned into a ball of flesh. Your unit, the Dwarf Rocketeer, kills the little devil, and you gain energy 28, points 10, and spirit stone 6. Your military type. Thousands of messages instantly appeared in the battle log. 3 seconds later, the shock wave of the explosion reached the territory, making everyone's clothes rustle. Such power stunned everyone. Even Angel Yan opened his mouth slightly. Horrible, Zhang Chen explained. You wouldn't be surprised if you knew that this blow condensed 200 points of spiritual power from the Dwarf Rocketeer's body. 200 spiritual power. Yan suddenly nodded. Her Sky Blade strike only consumes 150 points of spiritual energy. Of course, unless it hits directly, rockets pose a limited threat to high-level monsters. It was indeed as Zhang Chen said. The smoke and dust dispersed from the battlefield, and the broken arms and limbs of the little devil were everywhere. There are thousands of little devils, but only less than 1,000 by visual inspection. But mid-level demons such as the 6-armed snake demon and the mad war demon are just a little embarrassed. The level 34 Ballo fire demon roared angrily. The remaining thousands of demons regrouped and charged towards the city wall. Pity. In front of it is the Empress who no longer has to worry about the consumption of spiritual power. By unleashing her skills with all her strength, the Empress's explosive power was several times greater than before. Yunying, Yunwan, Yunjian. In just 5 seconds, the Balur fire demon was cut into several pieces by the Empress. Zhang Chen's lips curled up. Yan has a keen sense and curiously said, "Why are you laughing, Lord? Have you noticed?" Zhang Chen pointed at the Empress standing in the sky. With the Luyun suit, the Empress doesn't even need her own sect skills. Yan also raised the corner of his mouth. If I remember correctly, this is called the Law of True Fragrance. After killing 34 waves of monsters, the Empress and the troops that had just taken action immediately went to the Fountain of Life to recover. And Zhang Chen looked at the total points, 1,952,300. It's not enough to get first place in the small town qualifying competition. Next, 35 waves, 36 waves. In each wave, the dwarf RPGs wash the ground first, and then the Tower of Wrath bombards them wildly. In the end, less than 30% of the demons are overwhelmed by the tilting skills. Zhang Chen used a strange trick, but the effect was surprisingly good. The only thing that made Zhang Chen unhappy was Monster levels are getting higher and higher. But the legendary monster never appeared. Certainly, this is enough to prove the preciousness of legendary monsters. You successfully resisted the 44th wave of attacks. The 45th wave of attacks will arrive in 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket. Warning. Your stubborn resistance has completely angered the demon Lord Obisto. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chen was shocked. The legendary monster is finally coming. Tiandao is quite humane and actually gave me a warning. Whoosh. Sudden. A figure quickly crossed the territory and rushed towards the Fountain of Life. Zhang Chen looked intently and saw that it was Fanyan Tian. She was holding a mutilated body in her hands. That was an ordinary Tianyan disciple. 44 waves of monsters finally caused casualties in Zhang Chen's territory. Tip. The body integrity is 82%. Resurrection requires energy 9000 and takes 1 minute. Close black lens bracket. The territory contains all mid to high level troops, so Zhang Chen set up automatic resurrection. Just after entering the range of the Fountain of Life, this Tianyan disciple's body repaired at a speed visible to the naked eye. A minute later, she opened her eyes again and said confusedly, "I'm alive." The territory suddenly burst into cheers. After all, hearing the Lord's description and the shock of seeing it with your own eyes are two different things. Even the goddess warriors all showed excitement. With the Fountain of Life, as long as their territory is not destroyed by others, they will be immortal from now on. Almost instantly, the loyalty of all arms reaches above 95. Didi. And Chusha suddenly sent a video request. Zhang Chen thought for a while and chose to answer the call. And Chusha smiled and said, "Dear Mayor, has your portal been built? Do you want to come and sit in my territory? Sister Ying happens to be here too. We have something we want to discuss with you." Ying Yinmin also stuck out his head and waved towards Zhang Chen. Zhang Chen smiled and said, "Tomorrow, I don't know what time it is until I finish beating this wave of monsters." And Chusha was stunned for a moment, then said in disbelief, "It's been a whole day and you haven't finished fighting yet." Ying Yinmin also extended his thumb. "Even if you use Yueyu's method of pulling monsters to delay time, I'm afraid you can survive at least 30 waves. I'm not as good as you." Zhang Chen told the truth. The energy and item rewards are pretty good, just use them as many times as you can. And Chusha nodded, and then her expression suddenly became serious. "In that case, I'll keep the story short. The location of our town may not be optimistic. Sakura country." Listening to Anchusha's description, Zhang Chen gradually frowned. This reminded him of the warning given by the caravan manager Tian Ding a few days ago before leaving. The life of the Chinese in Qingyang County may not be as easy as you think. It seems that not only the Blue Star Lords, but also the natives are like this. Perhaps, after finishing the battlefield this time, we should also go to the county town to understand the situation. 1 minute later, Zhang Chen calmly said, "I know. In the main world, Donghai City and Sakura Country are across the sea, so Zhang Chen doesn't find this strange. There was even a hint of excitement in my heart. These are all experiences. You are calm," and Chusha said helplessly. Now people in the town channel are panicking. Seeing that the situation is not good, many lords want to use the city relocation order to escape. If they all move away, you, the mayor, will become the commander-in-chief. Ying Yinmin was also dissatisfied and said, "What Zhang Luo is most happy about is the group of people who got the reward this time. They took advantage of each other and squeezed them out. Now that there is some trouble, they can run faster than a rabbit." Zhang Chen didn't care and said calmly, "Everyone has his or her own ambitions, and I have fully opened the permission to move out of the town. If you are willing to stay, I will naturally welcome you. Those who want to escape, I have no right to ask them to stay in Qingyang County and fight against Sakura Country. Leave, of course you can, we kidnap you immorally. Just don't regret it when the small town's automobile transportation is added." Well, the battle on my side is about to begin. Let's talk back. After hanging up the video, Zhang Chen first looked at his points, 3,523,540. After 30 waves, the points provided by each wave of aliens have increased significantly. 3.5 million points should be enough to win the top spot in the town rankings. But it is said that monsters can only be encountered but cannot be found. Now that we have the Fountain of Life, we naturally have to fight again. After thinking for a while, Zhang Chen took out the legendary hero order that the King of the Hill had released. Recruit. The mayor's first bonus is +1 hero position. Originally, Zhang Chen was not inferior to this hero in combat power. After all, Yandu did not take action. But now he is about to face a legendary hero above level 30, and Zhang Chen must be fully prepared. Hope is a strong hero. Soon, the figure in green shirt walked out of the summoning light door and appeared in front of Zhang Chen. The figure wears a silver mask and a hat on his head, and holds a gleaming sword upside down in his right hand. Although the appearance is unclear, anyone who is not blind can tell at a glance that this is a woman disguised as a man. I have learned swordsmanship successfully, and I was about to ask Jian Qingcheng, why did I suddenly come here? The battlefield of all races, lords, levels, attributes, there is such a wonderful place in the world. In this world, I may be able to peek into the realm of swordsmanship. The woman looked at Zhang Chen and tried her best to speak in a low voice. Are you the Lord, Shuiyu Sword Immortal Li Hanyi? Zhang Chen sighed secretly, and then looked at Li Hanyi's attributes. Open black lens bracket Li Hanyi close black lens bracket legend. Level 1. Favorability 80. Attributes Physique 24 +3-2, Spiritual Power 28 +3-2, Soul 18 +3-2, Carrying 18. Equipment Listening to the Rain Sword. Skill Technique Sword Heart Technique Mastery Level C. Skills Swordsmanship Will Dacheng Level A, Uexuachan Little Perfection Level C, Zhiluo Union Little Perfection Level C, Shishui Swordsmanship Little Perfection Level C, Sword Chi Transformation Level D. Basic Sword Technique Transformation Level F. Heroic Control Sword Arms A. Open black lens bracket Combat Power Close black lens bracket 45. From the perspective of comprehensive combat ability, Li Hanyi is not as comprehensive as Yan. Even like the Empress, her original world level was not high, and the skills she practiced were only C level. But what surprised Zhang Chen was Li Hanyi's A-level skill, Sword Willpower. Sword Will passive skill, any sword skill can explode with 2.4 times the power. With the blessing of the will of swordsmanship, I am afraid that ordinary D-level skills, Sword Chi, can exert the power of B-level skills without consuming additional spiritual energy. This is just Dacheng. What if it reaches Zouchen, or even the state of transformation? The power is simply unimaginable. If Li Hanyi possesses an A-level offensive swordsmanship, he will instantly become the #1 killer under Zhang Chen. According to the plot of the movie, Zhang Chen should suddenly take off Li Hanyi's mask, and then say, "You are a little fairy," in a disgusting way. But now that the enemy was facing him, Zhang Chen still gave up. Hanyi, get ready for battle. Are there any strong enemies? Li Hanyi, who is also a militant, raised his eyebrows and asked, can you first give me, how many levels to upgrade? It doesn't need to be higher, just level 10. Haha. Zhang Chen laughed loudly, how can level 10 be enough? Zhang Chen relies on fighting to support fighting, and has already calculated the energy. Upgrade them all. 7.8 million energy disappeared instantly. The 3 legendary heroes had upgrade auras all over their bodies, and all of them had reached level 20. Because of the bonuses of Holy Lord Tianyan and Luyun Suit, the Empress combat power reached 701 points. Angel Yan has Holy Body and Natal Equipment, and his combat power has reached 628 points. Only Li Hanyi's 450 combat power is the standard for ordinary level 20 legendary heroes. Think about it. Zhang Chen took out an iron sword and quickly looked through the enhancement list. That's it. Zhang Chen is now rich and powerful, and he quickly found a weapon that is most suitable for Li Hanyi at the moment. Consume 6 million spirit stones and choose the strengthening direction 92, Wusheng Sword. Wusheng Sword is a level 20 legendary equipment. It's yours. Li Hanyi was still immersed in the joy of the sudden increase in strength. After subconsciously taking the Wusheng Sword, he took a breath of air. What a sword! It's much more powerful than my mother's heart sword. How can this be so good if you don't get rewarded for your efforts? Zhang Chen smiled and said, there is no one here who is more suitable for this Wusheng Sword than you. The Wusheng Sword not only has explosive attributes, but can also release Wusheng Sword Qi that is comparable to A-level skills. With the addition of Li Hanyi's swordsmanship and willpower, Wu Sheng's sword energy can block gods and kill gods, and demons can block and kill demons. Li Hanyi naturally understood this and couldn't let go of the Wusheng sword. Even the original Tingyu sword no longer tasted good. And there was an unexpected gain. Li Hanyi's favorability score instantly increased by 8 points, reaching 88. Zhang Chen not only sighed, but one day he also had the ability to use money. Li Hanyi is good at killing, but other equipment is not cost-effective. So Zhang Chen did not continue to strengthen. Soon, Tiandao sent another reminder. Upgrade. The 45th wave of monster invasion begins. Zhang Chen looked up. At the end of the canyon, fog billows. Immediately afterwards, a demonic creature more than 10 meters tall suddenly stepped out of the fog. It had ferocious bone spurs protruding all over its body, and its thick tail swung randomly but made a buzzing sound. Following it, followed by 8 epic level Balrogs. The lineup is extremely luxurious. Open black lens bracket Obisto close black lens bracket. Race, Demon. Level, 35. Quality, Golden Legend. Combat Strength, 1125. Heroes Rule. Skill, Level 35 Legendary Hero. Zhang Chen subconsciously leaned forward slightly. However, after confirming the demon species, he breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, it's a stupid big guy like Balrog. If it's a big demon with space ability and death scythe, it would be really troublesome. The Balrog's attributes are mediocre, and its magic and force are strong, but neither stand out. Empress, Yan, you two will hold it back later. Hanyi, you quickly clear out the other enemies. After speaking, Zhang Chen took out 10 bottles of water of life and distributed them to 3 people. It is the entire share of the Fountain of Life's output today. The 3 people's eyes lit up and they said confidently, Lord, please rest assured. At this time, Obisto stepped forward and his voice echoed through the canyon. A mere new lord can actually force me to take action. You are the first person in the Blue Star territory in thousands of years. As a sign of respect for the strong, I, Obisto, will do my best to give you a glorious end. After a while, blah blah blah. Obisto pointed to the sky. The clouds above instantly turned crimson. Suffocating depression permeated the canyon. This is legendary magic, Meteor Hell. Zhang Chen's pupils shrank. He stood up suddenly and shouted, "Protect the territory." The words just fell. Hundreds of meteorites roared down from the clouds, dragging 10-meter-long black tail flames and crashed into Zhang Chen's territory. Looking at this power, if it really falls into the territory, I am afraid that except for a few epic buildings, everything in the territory will be destroyed. The strong men in the territory reacted quickly. Angel Yan activated wormhole defense barrier and soared into the sky. The Empress opened the cloud ring, enlarging the size of the cloud giant to a maximum height of 40 meters, and slapped meteorites away with her hands. Li Hanyi whispered, "Moonset, flowers morning," and the boundless spiritual power of the Sea of Flowers turned into a gathering net, protecting the territory. The giant dragon, the goddess warrior, and the Judean holy lady also show their magical powers. Boom, boom, boom. A small part of the meteorites were shattered, and most of them were deflected and fell outside the territory. Zhang Chen then breathed a sigh of relief. Attention, Meteor Hell is a composite magic of fire, earth, and summoning systems. Really, the meteorites that fell on the ground turned into 5-meter-high hellfires one by one. Only, hundreds of excellent level monsters can no longer pose a threat to the territory. Obidus's rumbled voice came. Interesting. Black-red flames suddenly burst out from its body, and its giant sword pointed forward. The demon lord gave an order, and countless demon armies surged out of the mist, like giant black waves, towards the territory 1,000 meters away. Under the command of Obidus, the strength of the demon army increased dramatically. Taking the excellent level Berserker as an example, its combat effectiveness will increase by at least 2 stars. So much so that after the dwarf rocketeers wiped out the ground with an RPG, the demon army suffered no more than 1,000 casualties. 1 minute later, the demon army came to the city. Destroy it. The giant sword in Obisto's hand was filled with thick flames and slashed towards the territory. The power of thunder. Wormhole defense barrier. Angel Yan used his ultimate move and collided hard with Obisto. Boom. Yan's face turned pale and he flew upside down for dozens of meters before barely regaining his balance. But Obisto just staggered and said in surprise, "Angel, angels who can control the power of thunder are rare. However, your ability to block my attack is all due to your powerful defensive skills, right? Take advantage of this opportunity." The Empress drove the cloud giant, which was condensed to the extreme, and stabbed Obisto's chest with a sword. But Obisto refused to hide. See, Cloud's sword, which is comparable to an A-level skill, only left an inch-deep scar on its body, and then it healed quickly under the burning flames of hell. The Empress said loudly, "This guy is too meaty." Yan spoke quickly, "I'm afraid only my Sky Blade Strike and Han Yi's Wusheng sword can hurt him. Let's hold it back first." "Ha ha ha, what a joke. You must use such a powerful defensive skill, which consumes a lot of spiritual energy. Why are you holding me back?" Obisto was so relaxed. The devil's fire attached to its body consumes very little spiritual power, but is it afraid that it won't be able to kill 220 heroes? And the demon army under his command also has an absolute advantage. It simply cannot see any possibility of defeat. A few minutes later, just when Yan's wormhole defense barrier was crumbling, she suddenly took out a bottle of water of life and drank it in one gulp. Then the momentum climbed again. Obisto was stunned for a moment. Immediately afterwards, the Empress also followed suit. After drinking a bottle of water of life, her aura surged. Obisto finally couldn't bear it anymore and shouted, "Shameless, you are cheating." Pity. His strongest skill, Meteor Hell, is a group second skill, which has little effect on a strong person like the Empress. The battlefield between the three men reached a stalemate. Stable. Zhang Chen breathed a sigh of relief, and then looked at other battlefields. Silent Sword Chi. The extremely sharp gray sword energy swept through the void. A level 35 epic Balrog suddenly froze in place. Then the entire huge body was split in two from the middle and fell to both sides, revealing Li Hanyi's figure behind him. Immediately afterwards, Li Hanyi swung his sword and slashed continuously, and more than 10 ordinary sword energy flew out. Each sword energy accurately decapitated a 6-armed snake demon. Zhang Chen praised, "Being able to control sword energy to such a level is worthy of the name of Sword Immortal." Under Obisto's control, this wave of demons was far more powerful than the previous wave. There are 8 epic demons alone. As soon as the war started, the territory was at an absolute disadvantage. Fortunately, there is a strong man like Li Hanyi who goes around putting out fires. Coupled with the resurrection ability of the Fountain of Life, I finally managed to hold on. Even so, Tianyan disciples also continued to die in battle. Even Cynthia, the leader of the goddess warriors, had to choose to die with the opponent when besieging an epic demon. At this time, Zhang Chen had no time to take back the soldier's body. Resurrection in full. 100,000 energy disappeared. Cynthia's figure quickly walked out from the Fountain of Life, and her original body turned into a point of light and disappeared. She beat her chest and saluted in the direction of Zuixian Tower, and then went into battle again. The more the demons are beaten, the fewer they become. The number of territorial troops remains unchanged. The balance of victory and defeat finally tilted towards the territory. 10 minutes later, Li Hanyi solved the last epic demon. She drank the same last bottle of the Fountain of Life, and then killed Obitos. Obisto finally thought of something. Ah, Fountain of Life. That must be the legendary spring of life that can nourish the world tree. How could you, a new lord who just arrived from Blue Star, build a legendary building like the Fountain of Life? But he woke up a little late. Wu Sheng Sword Chi. Puff. The inconspicuous gray sword energy tore a horrific bone-deep wound in Obisto's waist. The demon's blood, like lava, fell to the ground, making a sizzling sound. Obisto's face was full of disbelief. How could you, a level 20 human, hurt me? A faint gray mist clung to the wound, trying its best to prevent the wound from healing. What makes it most despairing is, the hellfire on it began to fade. Obisto's spiritual power has finally bottomed out. 2 minutes later, Sky Blade Strike. I cannot be reconciled. The scarred Orbeus, after letting out a routine roar, was finally struck by Yan's Sky Blade. The Empress blinked. Are you trying to steal someone's head? Yan. To each other. Your heroic Empress kills the demon Lord Obisto, legendary hero, and you gain energy 7 million, Spiritual Stone 1 million, Advanced Carrying Book 1, Skill Book Meteor Hell 1, A Level Territory Advancement Talisman 1. Seeing the Tiandao prompt, Zhang Chen was stunned, and then burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, it's actually an A-level territory advancement talisman. A-level talent corresponds to the heart of the legendary lord. If he were to strengthen it, he would need 100 million spiritual stones. Subject to the rules of heaven. The highest quality lord's heart that can be brought out and brought into the battlefield of all races is the epic quality. This is why even though Ying Yinmin has such a great background, he can only have B-level lord talent. When his green waters and green mountains advanced to level C, it was already shrouded in spiritual mist, and the spiritual energy concentration increased 10 times. What about improving 2 more qualities and advancing to level A? Certainly, this wave of monsters just now has been a bit risky. After weighing the pros and cons, Zhang Chen decided to call it a day. To advance your talent, you have to return to the town first. 45 waves of monsters contributed nearly 1 million points. The total points in the 10,086 town-breaking battle reached 4.4 million, and Zhang Chen himself earned more than 3 million. This point is enough to win the first place in the Qingyang County Small Town Qualifying Tournament. In a few minutes, all the high-quality demon corpses were collected into the territory, Zhang Chen said softly. Exit the battlefield, after the golden light dissipated. The territory has returned to its original town map. Simple arrangements were made for repairing buildings, reviving troops and other aftermath matters. Zhang Chen took out the A-level territory advancement talisman. Territory advancement cannot be skipped. However, Zhang Chen is now wealthy and easily purchased an E-level territory advancement talisman at the cost of 50,000 spirit stones. Then consume another 10 million spiritual stones to strengthen it to B-level. The Lord's talent is advanced to B-level talent. Tip: if you use the B-level territory advancement talisman, the Lord's talent will be upgraded to Wonderland on Earth. Close black lens bracket. Boom. Zhang Chen only felt the space shake. The spiritual energy overflowing from the void instantly doubled several times. Immediately afterwards, in Zhang Chen's shocked gaze, all the spiritual mist quickly condensed. Antlers, lion's mane, eagle claws, a mini dragon several meters long gradually condensed into shape. The little dragon hovered around Zhang Chen for a moment, then rubbed Zhang Chen's cheek affectionately and then plunged into the ground. Dragon vein. This is dragon vein. Zhang Chen immediately checked the properties of the dragon veins. Lower grade dragon vein. Effect 1. Gather spiritual energy and produce spiritual stones 10,000 per day. Effect 2. High quality resources are more likely to appear near your territory. Effect 3. The land is beautiful and the people are outstanding, making it easier for you to recruit high quality farmers and soldiers. Although it cannot directly improve combat power, each of them can speed up the development of the territory, especially the second one. In comparison, the most inconspicuous one is the first one that produces spiritual stones. After calming down, Zhang Chen once again threw out the A-level territory advancement talisman he had just exploded. Continue and advance to A-level talent. Tip: if you use the A-level territory advancement talisman, the Lord's talent will be upgraded to Dongtian Paradise. Close black lens bracket. Nothing happened, but as a lord, Zhang Chen could sense a faint space energy covering the general territory. He immediately checked the properties. Open black lens bracket Dongtian Paradise close black lens bracket. Effect 1. Deep space can be divided in the territory, and the total area of the deep space does not exceed the current territory area. Effect 2. While the total amount of spiritual energy in the territory remains unchanged, the proportion of spiritual energy in each space can be appropriately adjusted. Effect 3. Burn a large amount of spiritual stones and change the time flow rate in some spaces. Deep space. This is equivalent to doubling the territory area, and it can still be hidden. Moreover, it can also change the flow of time. Zhang Chen only felt that his breathing was a little heavy. A long time passed. Zhang Chen just let out a breath and sighed. Picturesque scenery, spiritual energy forming mist, multi-layered space, and time accelerating. This is the real paradise of heaven and earth. He waved casually. Deep space. A burst of space ripples appeared around Tianyan Pavilion, and the entire building disappeared into thin air. But from Zhang Chen's perspective, Tianyan Pavilion was standing intact in a deep space that seemed both real and illusory. When everyone saw this, they were all shocked. Where is Tianyan Pavilion? The Empress searched for the original location of Tianyan Pavilion and found that it was gone. It's not an illusion, the Empress exclaimed. I can vaguely sense the existence of Tianyan Pavilion, but I can't locate it. Zhang Chen smiled slightly, and several cyan light points shot out and disappeared into the foreheads of several people. This is the key to entering the deep space where Tianyan Pavilion is located. The Empress took a step, disappeared, and reappeared a moment later. After repeating it several times, the Empress said sincerely, "The Lord's methods are really indescribable." Zhang Chen smiled and said, "You now enter the Enlightenment Room number 1 of Tianyan Pavilion to practice for one night. I guarantee you will be even more surprised." Oh, hearing what Zhang Chen said, the Empress was immediately moved. Okay, then I'll try it. Then he said to Li Hanyi, "Hanyi, there are only 2 guest bedrooms in the Lord's mansion. I will be out all night tonight, so you can sleep in my room." Li Hanyi nodded in confusion. The Empress suddenly thought of something. She glanced at Yan first, and then asked Li Hanyi cautiously, "You are not thousands of years old, are you?" After confirming that she was 2 years older, the Empress entered Tianyan Pavilion with satisfaction. Yan looked at the back of the Empress and said curiously, "Could it be that as the concentration of spiritual energy increases, the effect of the Enlightenment Room also increases?" "It has indeed increased." Zhang Chen nodded first, and then said, "But it is not because of the concentration of spiritual energy. You can ask the Empress yourself later." "Wait a minute." Yan was stunned. "Didn't you let the Empress practice for one night?" Zhang Chen smiled slightly and did not explain, but cleaned up the harvest this time. Zhang Chen still uses the high-level book of bearing and the 4 intermediate attribute books released by other epic demons on himself. The attributes increased sharply again. 3 epic treasure chests, 5 pieces of epic equipment, and an epic space forbidden ceiling scroll. Next, it's the legendary skill book Meteor Hell. Zhang Chen has already seen the power of this magic, and the casting distance is extremely long, so it can be said to be a powerful siege weapon. But looking at the conditions for using Meteor Hell, Zhang Chen could only sigh secretly. 500 points of spiritual power, 500 points of soul. Zhang Chen calculated it. The Empress with the strongest attributes would probably have to be at least level 30 before she could barely use it. Moreover, the Empress's main attribute is physical strength. This pure legal skill is used by legal heroes and has a stronger effect. Zhang Chen can only store it in the warehouse for the time being. At last, it's the demon corpses piled up in the territory square. Zhang Chen thought for a while and spent another 4 million spirit stones to strengthen 8 legendary recruitment orders. The legendary farmers of the territory have just reached a team of 12 people. Decompose to obtain demon essence and blood. Legendary Shenong takes effect. The output is increased by 5 times, and you obtain demon essence and blood. Legendary *5. Decompose to obtain demonic bones. Legendary Shenong takes effect. The output is increased by 5 times, and obtained demonic bones. Legendary *5. Decomposed to obtain. The 12 farmers were very busy. The Empress reappeared yawning. "I've been practicing all night, I'm so tired." Immediately afterwards, she soon noticed that everyone was looking at her strangely, and then she also froze. "I have been practicing for 10 hours, why is it still night?" Yan seemed to understand something, and a flash of shock flashed in his eyes. "To be precise, it took 62 minutes from the time you entered Tianyan Pavilion to the time you left." The Empress is not a fool. Hearing Yan say this, his eyes were in a trance. This is the power to change time. Zhang Chen is also very satisfied with the effect of time acceleration. Has time acceleration. The main combat power of the territory can improve their skills and skill proficiency to the highest level in a very short period of time. Certainly, the consumption of spiritual stones is also distressing. Yan He Hanyi, if you are interested, you can go and experience it. I'm sleepy, let's go to bed first. Dongtian Paradise still has many functions, and Zhang Chen is not in a hurry to explore them. But just as Zhang Chen lay on the bed, he received another reminder from heaven. Tip: the Empress favorability +1, current favorability is 98 points. Tip: Yan's favorability +1, current favorability is 96 points. Tip. Li Hanyi's favorability +2, current favorability is 90 points. Haha, in the face of 10 times the training time, Li Hanyi, a homebody, is no exception. The next morning, as soon as Zhang Chen walked out of the Lord's mansion, he saw a beam of light rising into the sky from the east. Immediately afterwards, the sound of Tiandao reminder came to mind. Tip. Lord Lin Jian moved out of the town. Close black lens bracket. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.